my wife and I were watching the film. We absolutely loved it. And during the movie, she was like, "Those are Dakota's real tattoos." And I thought that was a really interesting choice. And I was wondering the decision you made there to keep your own personal tattoos on the character, and also that idea of the difference when you do remove the tattoos for other characters and how maybe one or the other is closer to who you are as a person.
Wow, very, very astute observation. Because my tattoos are pretty little, most of them. Um, I wanted to keep them, I think, because I thought that Maggie would have had tattoos like that, and um, it was a lot easier to keep my own instead of covering them and putting on fake ones and new ones and things. But it's cool to, cover them in other movies because you just become a different person, and it's nice to be able to be a blank canvas in that way.
Could you argue that this character is kind of closer to who you are, though, in the sense of like, I don't know, I've interviewed you a few times. I don't know you personally. I just know you through interviews. But I feel like when I was watching this character, I'm like, I could see some of you in the character. Do you feel this close? This is the closest character you played to yourself?
I don't know. Not really. I think Maggie. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think it's very much like me. I mean, in terms of like discipline and ambition and focus and really wanting to do something great and not really believing in herself, I guess those are things that I have and I care about. But can I ask you about are those all DVDs behind you?
They are all Blu-rays behind me. It's so funny because my wife and my wife came down here before we did the segment, and I have a lot of your films actually behind me. I think I have 21 Jump Street over here.
Wow.
I love.
Me and
this is one of the. Say what?
Me and Ice Cube.
This is one of the funniest movies ever. Of course, my wife has all the 50 Shades collections behind me as well. Do you have a big Blu-ray collection? Do you have a movie? I know you're a big vinyl person. My wife and I just started our vinyl collection. We're like listening to a lot of records now. Are you been listening to a lot of records at home?
Yeah, loads of records, and I have a ton of DVDs as well, which is kind of pointless these days, but it's nice to have them.
We have them because we like to come downstairs and go to a Blockbuster. We like to go downstairs and rent a movie. I don't know. For some reason, I like holding. Same reason why I love vinyl, because I like holding the vinyl in my hand and going through the booklet.
Yeah,
probably the same. And you're an actress who's worked a lot on film. I know you're really into like film and vinyl and things like that. Last question I do want to ask you before you go. There's a powerful moment in the studio in the film where you go to Calvin's character and you essentially say to him, "You're self-sabotaging. You need to stop being so insecure." And I started watching that going, I self-sabotage all the time. It's like something I just do because I've been dealing with anxiety and certain elements of depression my whole life. And self-sabotaging is a very big part of that. Do you remember a moment in your acting career when you were on a set and I know you felt yourself self-sabotaging and you said to yourself, you know what? Someone came up to you and helped you get out of that funk. Is there a specific moment you remember?
That happens all the time. There's not there's not a specific moment, but yeah, I think that sometimes that's the beauty of making movies, is that there's so many people, hopefully, who like are watching out for you and have your back. If it's your director, they can say, you're missing this point, come at it from this angle, and things like that. But I can't think of a specific moment, but that happens all the time, especially when I think if I really want to make a movie or I really want a part and I really want to work with somebody, there are usually I'll make myself like incredibly late for that meeting for some reason. Embarrassing and so stupid, but it happens.